Well, happy Wednesday. And yes, I am not in the home garage with the great lighting, so I do apologize. Reason simple. It's Memorial Day weekend. I typically film on the weekends, obviously for work reasons. But I will be out of town, so I won't be able to. So I came into work super early, and I figured I'm in a garage. We have a garage door, so technically it's a garage. Anyways, this week's Garage Talk episode, we are talking about 5 marketplace warning signs when buying a bike you should look out for. Let's get into it. So most people think when you're buying a bike, it typically starts out in some dude's driveway, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. This starts out at 11:45 at night when you're laying in bed next to your wife, going through blurry photos of different bikes like you're a crime scene investigator. Now, here's what happens. 2008, Honda CBR pops up, and you're in love because back in the day, you thought it was the coolest bike in the world. It says things like, runs great, clean title, needs nothing, and somehow you're emotionally attached to a bike you haven't even seen before. But before you wire a deposit to some dude named Boostmaster Mike 420 in Wichita, sorry, Wichita, don't mean to pick on you, here are 5 things that you should watch out for. 5. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, I can count. Let's get into it. Number 1, runs great, just needs a battery. This is the greatest lie ever told, I think, in ad selling history. Bike runs great, just needs a battery. Cool. If it just needed a battery, why didn't you spend the $40 and just fix it in the first place? That way you're selling a bike that doesn't need to caveat that. That typically means warning signs. You'll see things like just needs a carb cleaning. Potentially it has old gas, easy fix, or it's just been sitting. Listen, let me translate marketplace for you. Just needs a carb cleaning equals, well, the gas tank looks like a shipwreck and the injectors are completely clogged up and they're begging for mercy. An easy fix, they would have done it themselves. So budget for worst case scenarios, because an easy fix has emptied more wallets than the city of Las Vegas.
Has anybody ever told you before your bad luck?
Those were my mother's dying words.
In fact, that's where I'm going this weekend. Well, we're going to Lake Mead. Well, you'll see this. I will have been at Lake Mead, and I'm going to make a riding video. Number 2, and that is crime scene photos. I will never understand why some people on Marketplace are documenting a bike like they're doing a hostage exchange. They're in a dark garage. They've got one flashlight. The pictures are blurry as hell, or they're far away like they're taking a picture of my forklift over there. Listen, bro, I totally get it. I want to see the bike. I don't want to see Sasquatch. Here are some immediate red flags that I would look out for when you're going through the pictures. If you only see one side of the bike, typically that means the other side's been dropped. They just don't want to show you. If you're not seeing any close-ups of the motor, typically it's got some leak somewhere and they just don't want you to see it. If the tires are blurry as hell, probably bald as your Uncle Larry. And if you get the famous, sorry, bro, the photos won't upload, just come see the bike. Sure, bud, I get it. It worked with AOL. It doesn't work today. If the bike looks like it's in witness protection program and the FBI is taking over it, swipe left. Did I do that right? Left, yeah. Swipe left. Number 3, and that's selling for my friend. And some would say, well, yeah, we always help our friends out. But there are warning signs and things to look out for when you see this. You're going to see things like, not my bike, selling it for my buddy, selling it for my uncle, or my sister's boyfriend doesn't have Marketplace, so I'm doing all the hard work for them. Listen, if you flip bikes, I totally get it. Just be honest with people. Let them know you flip bikes. It makes it so much easier. Now, the reason that we need to be cautious of this is really simple. You're going to buy a bike from somebody who says it's somebody else's bike. You're going to get 8 miles down the road, engine grenades, and the guy's going to tell you, sorry, bro, wasn't my bike. That means zero accountability. So be very careful when you're standing in front of Chad and the title says Robert on it. You have questions to ask. And here are a few things I would ask. Real simple. Look out. Is the title clean? Yes or no? And by telling, is the title real? That's another one. Make sure it's a real title. Does the VIN match the bike? Your VIN number is on your bike. Your title has your VIN number. The registration has your VIN number. Double check these things before you buy the bike. That way you're not buying a stolen bike. Make sure there is no lien or loan left on the bike. So if they hand you a registration or a title and it has a bank or financial institution, that means you have a lien on the bike. Be very, very cautious of that. No salvage weirdness. And what I mean by that is the title is a clean title. It doesn't say rebuilt or salvage. This will depend on your state. You need to Google this. The other thing is the famous one, Sorry, title's lost, bro, but I'll give you a bill of sale. You can take that to the DMV. It's just as good. Listen, in the state of California, if somebody hands you a bill of sale on a motorcycle and you have to go down there, you have a DMV nightmare on your hands. I would run faster than Kipchoge ran any of his events. I'm just saying, because I'm going to tell you right now, I've been to the DMV enough times and they don't give two shits about your marketplace love story. They just care about your documents aren't correct. Those are things I'd walk away from. So number 4 is weird text energy. And you can tell a lot by somebody just by the way they communicate with you. So here's what I recommend. Ask questions like, how long have you owned the bike? Has the bike ever been dropped? Do you have the service history of the bike? If the replies are things like, I don't know, runs good, you buying it or what? The bike has stories. So don't be weird about it. Just ask normal questions. Now, if that person acts like you're asking military trade secrets and all the fun stuff, and they're really not getting back to you, I would be very cautious of this. Because remember, the marketplace is basically 50% the motorcycle and 50% personality disorder auditions. Number five, modded to the moon. You'll see ads that are going to state things like custom builds. And you look at the pictures and they've got TMU branded levers. They've got eBay bargain bin exhaust, LED light strips under it. And they have red valve cap stems. I have those. And they don't add extra horsepower. Now, hold on. Mods are not always a bad thing because let's be honest, we're bike guys and girls. I mod my stuff, you mod your stuff. But bikes don't lose their mirrors for no reason. So this is where you start asking questions. And simple ones are, hey, do you have the stock parts by chance? And if they say no, you just simply ask why not? Because a lot of times cheap parts equal the bike got dumped, stuff broke, and somebody rebuilt the whole thing with blind optimism and free shipping from Amazon. Not always, but more often than you think. So be careful of those. So I'm going to sneak in a bonus one on here, and this is test rides. Now, the reason I didn't put it as the 5 is because this one can go 50-50. You're going to notice this more often than not in an ad, and it's going to say no test rides of the bike. Now, I know it weirds most of us out. Hey, why can't I test ride your bike? I have questions. Totally get it. Been there. But they're typically doing it because they're afraid of some dude in some vans with a lot of confidence who's drinking monsters to hop on his bike and take off. So I understand that. But here is how you deal with that situation. It's real simple. You go up, you do all your negotiation, you come up to a price. Hey, I love the bike. I will pay you the $10,000 that we agreed on for the bike. One caveat, I'm going to hand you my $10,000 cash. Now, as long as the bike shifts fine, doesn't smoke, and the transmission doesn't sound like a toolbox in their washer and dryer, you keep the cash. Things like if I drop it, it's on me. I drop the bike, cash is yours. But you have to make sure you say this. If I take the bike and it sounds like it's possessed by demons and it's a pile of crap and basically everything you told me is a lie, I'm going to give you the keys. You're going to give me my cash back. We're going to shake hands, go about our separate ways. Just be an adult. Remember, we're not out there to joyride somebody's bike. The job is just to confirm that the bike you're buying is mechanically sound. So I do get this one, but don't always shy away. Just be prepared to hand over your cash. So I've given you 5.5 things to look out for when you are buying on a marketplace. Now, there's a reason for this video, and that's because I get sent ads all the time. Hey, what do you think? Is this look legit? Does this guy seem a little sketchy? I'm a little sketched out. I totally get it. Marketplace is a place where you do have to have all your alarms on. Don't buy a bike with emotions because that's how you end up with your motor and 14 Amazon boxes in your garage floor. The only reason that motor is in a box and out of the thing is because we're redoing the frame. So that's not because it's bargain bin. Trust me, it's not bargain bin. But be cautious when you're buying. Read the ads. And if your gut tells you to walk away from the bike, no matter how pretty that bike looks, walk away. I promise you, it's telling you that for a reason. I don't know how our guts know this. I mean, typically my gut just tells me I ate bad Mexican food. I live in San Diego. There's really no bad Mexican food here. And no, Taco Bell is not considered Mexican food. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different, Garage Talks. I know it's not in the garage. I don't have the cool blue lights behind me and the lights on my face the way it's supposed to. That's causing shadows. All the bad stuff. But I wanted to make sure I got a video up for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope it helps. And if it helps, leave a comment down below. If you have ever bought a bike off a Facebook Marketplace and it was just a weird story to be told, drop it down below. You never know. You may say something that just helps somebody out that's reading it, and we'd all love to hear it. And if it's hilarious, we definitely want to hear it. You need to share it. And if it's a horror story, we really want to hear it. Anyways, thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like all that crap, this stuff here. But after that, it's real simple. YouTube thinks you'll like this video. I think you'll like this video next. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. I don't know what I'm going to talk about because, to be honest with you, I kind of write these on a whim. I actually scripted this. You could tell because I was looking down a few times to read the script.